Okay, there we go. Starting that up. Alright. That's set. And here we go. That's set. That's set. And here we go. Here we go. Now. There we go. That's done. Banned those people. And there's got to be some sort of music I could have in the background that's royalty free. Hmm. What? Swarm? Yeah. Swarm soundtrack. Because it's just called Swarm. Never mind. I don't like how I have to jump through hoops to find this soundtrack. Come now, come now. Where is it? I want to start the stream off nice. Main character speech lines. That's not what I'm looking for. It's giving me everything but what I want. There it is. Nope, that's not it. Nope. Where's the beef? YouTube is really bad at giving you what you search for. Is that Mudahar? Why? Why? It's just nonsense. I can't do Bear McCary. I can't do Battlestar Galactica stuff because that stuff gets flagged. Can't do Halo because that gets flagged. Nah, whatever. No music. Music less. Alright, we're gonna do some operations. Now, welcome to the stream. Hang on, I gotta get rid of you. There. Welcome to the stream. The stream is live. Sorry about that. I was trying to get some music, like find some music to play for this, but I guess not. Because YouTube doesn't like it. YouTube and Twitch doesn't like it when I put Halo or... What about Combat Evolve? No. Maybe. It does it fine with Metroid. No, not that one. Metroid Battle Tracks. Boss music. Nope. No, no, no. Trilogy boss themes? Hey. Okay. That's nice. But unfitting. I want there. We'll just go with Combat Evolved. There we go, this one. And we'll play the Lexington for the first game. I need to work on my Lexington because I want to get the Midway. Okie dokie, we're going in. We're going in, Goddard. Tips. We get no tips. Operation is Aegis. Sound like some sort of like Latin name or whatever. You know, this is a really great looking painting right here. Like digital painting or whatever. Oh, it's this one. Those secondaries are just nice. Hang on, I want to switch the thing to extended. Fly, my corsairs, fly! We got 3 battleships, and I know there's a cruiser in there somewhere. Get him, my lads! Set them on fire! Yes! Send out the bombers! I heard that historically, these were not great aircraft. That, these Helldivers. Essentially, it's like, honestly, I don't know how to explain it. It's, you just sail boats, shoot people in other boats, and you collect boats. That's a lot of cruisers. I'm not going to be able to do anything to those things. Here, I'll run through the basics after, well, yeah, I'll run through the basics as quick as I can. So you get battleships, cruisers, and destroyers. They're based off of real things, whether there was, like, just prototypes or... Hang on, gotta focus on this. Come on now. Oh, okay, I was cheated. So we got battleships, destroyers, cruisers, carriers, and submarines. Battleships are the tanks. Destroyers are the damage dealers. I mean, they're the assassin, sneaky rogue class or whatever, because they're small, they're glass cannons, but they do a lot of damage, and they're quick. And they're stealthy. Battleships, their job is to be slow, tanky, and hit really, really hard across long distances. While cruisers are the in-between. Here, let me just... Return to the ship. Aye, that's gonna hurt. We lost someone. The shores. I'm low on aircraft. Well, not really, but I don't like losing a lot of aircraft. cruisers have the best anti-air defenses. Battleships are a little bit lesser, but some of them have really good ones. It just depends on the battleship that you pick. Oh, okay. Lost one. I'm paying attention to my... Because I'm playing a carrier right now, so my job is to soften up the enemies for my team and not really engage them directly with my ship, and instead attack them using my aircraft. Oh, okay. Here, I'll just dump that and send them back. Alright, I'm going to try to attack some of these cruisers. Because my ship is squishy and delicate, and I need it to hide. It's free to play, yeah. It's really nice. I like it. The nice thing I like about this game is that it offers a variety of both player versus player, and it offers PvP and PvE gameplay, and it's really nice. And if you do decide to try it out, I highly recommend against putting money into the game, or at least until you get the feel for it, and you like, if you decide you really like it, then I guess maybe then you could probably buy something or whatever. But this game offers loot boxes, and I highly recommend against buying any of those things. Because the stuff that you actually want, it's just typical loot box. The stuff you want has the extremely low win chance, and the stuff you don't want has a high obtain chance, and it's just gambling. Maybe I could go for the lead ship. My screen flickers on this map because it doesn't like the range of colors. I need a new screen. Because I use an old TV that's like from, what, 2015 or something? Oh, this crosshair is not good. That's good. Okay, so yeah, these guys don't have air defenses for some reason. That's nice. Launch the bombers! I'm trying to be careful with my aircraft so they don't get shot down by these things, but then I remember, oh wait, these ships for some reason don't have air defenses, and they rely on fighter craft. So, please shoot those fighters down. The Tennessee is gonna die. Do it now. Oh. Return. That was a terrible execution. Oh, they... No. We lost the battleship. Now I'm taking fire because I wasn't hiding like I was supposed to. Oh, I'm gonna miss. There we go. Launch those torpedo bombers. Call him back. Ooh, that's nice. 3 hits. Now they're focusing me because I'm the last ship alive. Because my team melted. My ship. There I go. Down I go. This mission is a failure. Well, let's see what's in on these ships. We got some munitions. I guess those are bombs, boxes, crates. Yeah, it's the same. Oh, we got some barrels there. Mission failure. What kind of submarine do we have on our team? We got a destroyer. We got a submarine. Oh, it's an I-56. Yeah. Sorry, mate, but you ain't gonna make it. Ouch. My ship has been destroyed and is now sinking to the bottom of the sea. But because I died, I could just go back to the hangar, to the dry dock, or to the dockyard, or whatever you want to call it. And then I could just go back in the game. So yeah, so here I'll run through the basics really quick. So I'll just start with these 3. Cruisers are basically, their job is to... A cruiser's job, I'm not an expert, I'm like amateur on it at best, but my understanding is the cruiser's job is to deal damage and just hurl HE rounds out into the enemy and basically be like the main attack guy. Battleships, their job is to basically be the heavy hitters. So they're slow, cumbersome. Yeah, so here, I'll show you. These are the game modes. You got co-op, fighting a battle of 2 teams, but you're playing with players versus bots, players versus bots, players versus players, and players in a mission-based PvE mission thing or whatever. Ooh, what's this? Here, let's do one of those games. And I'll do the Colorado. He's due for an upgrade. Due for a level up. Now, there are 2 games to my knowledge that do naval battles like this. It's World of Warships and War Thunder. I highly recommend against War Thunder's naval battles. It's mediocre, if I could say, without being too negative. I got a box of snacks, and I'm gonna pour in the little bowl while I wait for the game to load. It's a little box of cheese snacks. Alright. But yeah, this is typically how the gameplay goes down in normal battles. Normal battles, as in this is co-op.
Let's give them a hard time. Good luck and fair seas. Thank you.
I like that we have a horn button.
Awaiting instructions.
Oh yeah? Because don't get me wrong. I like War Thunder. I love it. I love playing it. But I hate the company that runs it. They are terrible in my opinion. They don't know how to balance their game. And I'm pretty sure someone who's very familiar with World of Warships and other wargaming games can probably attest to the similar sentiments that I have towards War Thunder with wargaming. But my problem, because I will say that the gameplay of War Thunder is fun when you're not trying to get anything done. That's bad game design. Because with naval battles and War Thunder are shitty. Yeah, Gaijin is very money hungry. They don't care about actually making their game work well, and they don't care about their player base. All they care about is keeping their player base engaged enough to keep spending money on their game. And like, I find the gameplay fun. I love the air battles and I love the tank battles, but they dropped the ball with the naval battles. And out of the other game modes, they don't have a PvE mode for naval. And they have the abilities to make it, but they just don't. Like, Air Realistic is severely flawed right now in War Thunder. And it's just a multifaceted problem with War Thunder. And Air Realistic with War Thunder. And simply decompressing the battle ratings isn't enough with Air Realistic. And the battle rating system is one of the biggest egregious offenders with War Thunder and Air Realistic. But just simply decompressing the battle ratings won't fix it. Because the missions are mission-based. The maps are mission-based. Objective-based. Like escort this lad, or escort this convoy to the airfield to capture it. And then you'll... Oh. Der Flinger. Fire! But I could go on for hours with how much I detest Gaijin's practices, but people don't like it when I'm critical and negative about stuff. Because that's the thing. When I can be very critical, I'm not hating on it just to hate it, or hating on it, or being critical about it just to like knock it down or anything. It's like, because I care about the game, I'm being honest, and I'm not bullshitting. And that's the ooh, that was a good hit. Got 2 Citadel hits. That means super damage. No, it's just annoying when you complain about something, which is an objectively bad thing in the game, and people are like, well, You're just being negative. You're just trying to fearmonger. It's like, no. Oh, fire. Come on. Lag. I got lag, lads. But yeah. I'll go on for hours on how much War Thunder annoys me with their development practices. I'm being shot over there. Fire. 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 Okay. Sure. Alright, I'm dead. Because I can't maneuver. Because my game is lagging. Fine. Okay. Wait, did I click battle on or return to hangar? Oops. It's okay, it's either or. No, but yeah. I'll be very critical with War Thunder. And I'm not doing it just to shit on it. Because all the stuff I'm talking about are actual prevalent problems that need to be addressed that Gaijin will not address for whatever reason. Like, let's the B-66, for example. One of the newest bombers they added. And a real bomber. Not some fighter-bomber conversion. It's terrible. It's one of the worst bombers in the game. Worst aircraft overall in the game. And it's not because the plane is buggy or was designed badly. It's a fantastically designed and crafted aircraft. The problem is that the gameplay just doesn't suit it. Just like any other bomber content in War Thunder that is there. And this has been a problem for years. But people are now just starting to notice this. Or, it's like, well, they added this bomber though. Like, oh, the bomber gameplay sucks. I'm going to talk about it now. Even though it's been like that for years. And now people are saying something about it. It's like, where was this earlier? But what can you do? Hopefully lag doesn't screw us over, because man, I was able to get out of the, I would have been able to get out of the or heck, I would have been able to kill the guy if I wasn't lagging. Because I was like spamming left click to fire my guns, but no. I was like holding down my D button. No. Here, we'll do autopilot. My ship is so slow. The Colorado hits hard with the 16-inch guns, but it's a very slow battleship. Yeah, no. People don't see problems when it's right in front of their face, and they refuse to acknowledge the problems, even if it's as bright as daylight. Because some people prefer to see things through rose-tinted glasses than face the reality that the thing that they might like is actually bad. Like here, I'm going to go on a Star Citizen tangent for a second. Like, I love Star Citizen and I love CIG, but they do some really shitty practices every now and then. Ooh, that would have been nice if I hit. Like, it's fun. The game looks great. It's fun to play, and I do like how Wargaming gives you free stuff every now and then, especially if you're like play a little bit, then leave for like a few months, if not, and come back in like a year or so, and they give you some free stuff. It's nice. War Thunder don't do none of that. Yeah, let's turn that off. No, but like on Star Citizen, one of the things that happened recently was The newest update, they added a new ship, the Apollo, medical ship. Cool. CIG made a statement saying they're not going to add ships that don't have that don't have supported gameplay in it. Okay, that's reasonable. Where's the gameplay for the Apollo? It's medical gameplay. Alright. What are you doing to make medical gameplay a thing? Oh, well, you made respawning costs a resource. Oh, alright. That I would hardly say that's giving it supported gameplay, because that's just one element of it. Like, there is, to an extent, some medical gameplay, but overall, it's non-existent. Because the gameplay itself, people have to opt to do it, and that guy just got murdered. I'll avenge you! Maybe! I'll try to avenge you. But yeah, so when the ship came out, people are finding out that the gameplay is near non-existent. It's just a glorified respawn point, mobile respawn point, and that one of the things that CIG did was to the Idris, and keep in mind, the Idris is a capital ship that costs around $1,000 to $2,000, and some people bought it with the money. And whether you think it's a good money buying decision or not is up to you, but people bought it and were expecting that the stuff that was in there, because it had medical facilities, because it's a capital ship, it's massive, it's like one of these ships but in space. So it had a medical bay consisting of several medical beds and a tier 1 bed. That's important in this situation, because the Apollo has a tier 1 bed module. And CIG has a bad habit of taking things away from already existing things to give reason for people to buy said things that they're adding. So, what did they do to the Idris to make the Apollo sell well? Because this was a financial decision. This wasn't some, oh, it was a bug, or it was a mistake. Because the Idris came out early this year. It was in for months. And it's not some like ooh, that was nice. It wasn't some like off the radar ship. It is one of the most popular ships in the game. And one of the most hyped up ships in the game. So if there was a problem with it, it was not flying under the radar. So if it was a problem, CIG would have noticed it and done something about it. And if it was a serious problem, they would have addressed it long ago. And the thing I'm talking about is the tier 1 medical bed. They took it away from the Idris and replaced with a tier 2 bed. Personally, it's not that big of a deal, but it was the practice of how they went about that situation. They didn't tell anybody. They just included it in the patch notes as if it's like it's a big change. People spent how much money on this thing? That's a really big change to make on that kind of ship. So the only mention of that change was in the patch notes. Hardly anyone reads the patch notes, by the way. So they were being sneaky about it. And yeah. Essentially, the point is, or the gist of it is, CIG changed the tier 1 medical bed on the Idris to a tier 2. And yeah. And it was right before, a week or two before the update dropped. And the reason why they changed it was them saying, this was a mistake. We didn't mean to be this way. Everything is prone to change, of course. Like, everything in Star Citizen is prone to change and being adjusted. That's a given. Like, if you play Star Citizen or you like buy into the project or whatever, that is a reality that you need to accept with Star Citizen. But it's the way they go about it that is the important part. It is sneaky, yes, exactly. It was a very sneaky uh, marketing motivated decision, and it was just not okay. There was no transparency and no communication. But that's not new. It's CIG. They have terrible communication skills with communicating what they want to say with their community. But so people, because Star Citizen has like this its own little forum thread called Spectrum, and you go there to like report issues, chat with other people, or just share opinions and this and that. It's like Reddit. That's saying a lot. So people were going to Reddit. They were going to Reddit and Spectrum, complaining about the change. Because, rightfully so, they didn't want it to change, because they spent how much money on this ship, and this is like a last second change decision with no heads up or anything. So, okay, in the PTU, the test server, they're finding out that their Idris doesn't have a tier 1 medical bed anymore, and they're like, why? They changed it. And so they're complaining about it. And the funny thing is, people came out of the they came out of the woodwork to defend CIG's decision, as if it was a good decision, or it was a justified decision. And I made a post on that, pointing out the problem and whatnot. And the amount of delusional posts and replies is just mind-boggling. Because they were complaining, or they were arguing to me as if I was arguing for the PvE players, or the pay-to-win players, or whatever. Or how medical gameplay needs this to work, or that. It's like, I don't care about any of that. I am pointing out, straightforward and point blank, and clearly, to where if you misinterpret this, you are, or should be, legally defined as you should be defined as legally blind if you can't comprehend what I'm saying, because I am saying in layman's terms to where it's easy to understand, and that is, this was not an okay decision. The change itself is fine, but the way they went about the decision is bad. And that is the point that people just could not accept, because because some people have this problem with Star Citizen where they feel like they have to defend it. They have this idea, this glorified future of what Star Citizen can be, and they have this compulsion to defend that potential image with like teeth and nail, because they can't accept the reality that Star Citizen is not perfect. It's actually really shitty, and that's fine. They don't understand that it's okay for it to be lackluster, shitty, and in a terrible state, because it is an early access game. And they throw out that, oh, it's an alpha, or it's early access, as if it's some sort of like easy opt out of argument, easy win statement. Like, no, that's not. Like, yes, it is an early access. It is early alpha. Everything is prone to change. But what is important is to accept the reality of what it is, accept the problems that are going on, and address the issues that come up, instead of sweeping them under the rug like they always try to do. And, like, there's a problem with the PvP versus PvE situation. Like, I guarantee you, if you want to get mobbed and ridiculed by people, go to Spectrum and say, I want PvE servers on the Spectrum thread. And you'll get swaths of people belittling you for what you want, or for what you had to say. And you could have easily given out a well thought out and logical and well laid out argument of why, and given out many valid reasons of why that should be, or why you think it should be. But these people don't see to logic. And yeah, it's just, yeah, right? Yeah. But, and that's the sad thing. Star Citizen is great. I like it. I love playing it. I play it off and on, here and there, and the community has potential to be great. And it used to be. It used to be nice. But it feels like ever since it started picking up popularity and more people started to come in, more entitled and opinionated people started to, or not that. It felt like as more people came in, the more toxic the player base has become. And it's just disappointing, really. It's really disappointing to see the community go from a nice supporting community where it's like the Warframe community. That's a great community. Go from Warframe kind of community to War Thunder kind of community, where if you share your opinion, you're going to get belittled and ridiculed and told that you're wrong, even though you were being objectively right. So it's just funny with how it is with people. It's like, why can't you accept reality? Like, I am giving you straight up facts, and you're throwing opinions at me as if it would be some sort of like easy opt out or win kind of scenario. It's like, your opinions don't matter. My opinion doesn't matter. It's the matter of what is going to happen and what isn't going to happen. Like, one of the most fun, like, and that's one thing I like to do. Even though I'm complaining about it and I'm like talking a lot of bad on it, Star Citizen is really not all that bad. And CIG, they have their moments, but they're not really that terrible of a company. They're pretty cool, actually. But like I said, they have their moments. And this is a bad example of one of those moments. Or it's a good example of one of those said moments. And that is, they have a bad habit of nerfing existing ships to bolster the chances of sales for the new ship they're dropping. And it's like, you can easily predict that something's going to get nerfed when this ship comes out. And that ship is, the new ship that comes out is going to be nice and powerful to be very enticing to potential buyers. And then later on, like with War Thunder, it will get nerfed. So, it's like, but yeah, but no. I like the game. I don't like when CIG dips their toes in these bad consumer practices, anti-consumer practices like with the Idris. They need to be straightforward and upfront with their community. Yeah, and how it will be in the future. And here's the thing, and this is a point I will always point out left and right that people don't seem to understand too. When this is an important detail when you look into Star Citizen, and that is when you buy a ship, you're not making a purchase, you're making a pledge. You're pledging to fund the project. And that is a detail that protects CIG from consumer laws and stuff. And it's understandable why, because everything is prone to change and they can't really make official sales yet with their ships, because those ships are bound to change too. But even though the ship that you paid money for is bound to change at some point, or is prone to change throughout the development of the game, even though there is that element of reality, that doesn't excuse the players, even though they're not making official purchases, it doesn't excuse the treatment of these players from CIG, for CIG to treat these players with respect. With the change with the Idris, and I pointed this out too, but and a lot of people seem to fail to comprehend this logic, just because they pledged that much money on a ship that is bound to change, CIG should have respected those players and told them about it instead of sneaking in that change in a patch note change log. It's like, you want people to give you money, but yet you're gonna go behind their backs and change the ships in a negative way just to bolster the sales of a new ship that you're trying to sell. Just to sell that ship. There was no other reason. Because people's like, oh, well, they said it was a mistake, like I said earlier. But as I said earlier as well, if it really was a mistake and it really was that bad of a mistake, then why wait up until the very last second when this new update is about to drop, when they're about to sell a new ship? It's like, it's not officially stated, and it is an assumption, but it is based off of facts of reality, and that is they timed this. They knew what they were doing, and yeah. It was a bad, sneaky, and shitty change that shouldn't have happened without actual proper communication with the player base. And that should be the thing with these kinds of things too. Like, hey, here's a list of... It's just funny. It's funny that people can't comprehend that you deserve respect when you give companies money. And it's just disappointing that we live in that kind of age where you buy a product and it breaks down, and then people will turn around and say, oh, well, you shouldn't have bought the product then. It's your fault. Oh, no. It's this victim-blaming mentality when it comes to consumerism, where people think consumers don't deserve protections or fair treatment. And it's just baffling. We got torpedoes too, you little bugger. Take this! Oh, come on now. Yes, he's mine! The cool thing about our cruiser is that our ship has battleship guns. Like, the company itself, in this situation with the Idris, they only did one part of this whole debacle that made this frustrating. The main frustrating thing is the player base not accepting that this was a bad change. This didn't have to be like this, and that it's boggling that someone has to explain consumer rights. Make that make sense. Like, I love the game, but sometimes the players they're the ones, like, okay, so in this situation, you would think, like, oh, CIG did this. It's certainly their fault. Yes. But it's emphasized by the players that are defending this. Ooh, now that was a good one. American battleships aren't known for having torpedoes. So take this. Oh. I'm still waiting. That was my reload. This ship is funny. Oh. Wait, did I fire him? No. Fire. Takes a bit. Come on. No, mine! Mine! But yeah, the players make the situation worse than it is, because it could have been this. They make this bad change. You point it out. Call them out on it. And then they learn their lesson to not do that again. But instead, these people will come to their defense as if CIG needs defending to justify that decision. Ooh, that was a good shot. But yeah, it's just funny. And it's a similar pattern that I see in almost any other game, too. Make that make sense. It's like, there's this guy I like to watch on YouTube every now and then. Louis Rossman. Because he's an advocate for consumer rights. And right to repair and stuff. And the amount of times that he gets insulted and called out, it's just funny, because he is advocating for your rights when it comes to you buying products from video game companies and just companies in general. Why should you be treated poorly for giving someone money? Because I used to make stuff for people, and I would treat people fairly and well. Like, you work with them, and it's just, it's the time we live in. Alright, let's see if I can get... Oh, no. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh. This was a really good game. This ship is funny. The reason why this ship is funny is because you got battleship guns and it's a cruiser. And the reason why that's funny is because cruisers are fast and nimble, less so than destroyers, but still just enough. But yet you got those battleship guns that hit hard and oh. Yui? Ho you? And it's a Japanese one, I guess. I'll pick the Japanese one since I use Japanese ships. Complete 24 combination of welcome bonus type. I don't know what that is. I'll play again though. That was fun. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna bump it down to asymmetric. Since we're in a rank 4 ship. Is it a... Yeah, it's a rank 6 ship. So that means we're gonna fight even lesser ships. No, but yeah, that's my rant and tangent on Star Citizen and whatnot. It's just boggling how people are dumb. And I don't even try to be mean about it. And that's the thing. When I talk about these things and I'm talking negatively about these kinds of people, I'm not being mean about it. I'm being objective and critical. That's a bad habit of mine. I am very critical with things I like. I'm very critical with War Thunder and Star Citizen. Like, super critical. People think I'm being a naysayer or negative Nancy or whatnot. It's like, no, this is bad. Call it out. It's okay to call bad things out. But it's whatever. I like to go on Spectrum every now and then to just argue with people. Because it's fun and funny. Because as long as you're sticking to logic, factual logic, that is proven right, that you could prove, and you stay logical and rational, it drives people up the wall. Because a lot of people, especially on Spectrum, throw feelings and interpretations out all the time. They throw their opinions on what things could be, or their way of things, how they think they should be. It's like, no, it's not. And you can't say yes or no to this because it's yet to happen and it doesn't exist yet. And it's funny because some of these people will just not reply to you at all. And that is hilarious to me, especially when they get mad. I'm a troll sometimes. I gotta admit, I can be a troll when it comes to people arguing with me sometimes. Because if I'm being cordial and polite, even though I'm being critical and it doesn't come off that way. What is this? Oh, I can control my secondaries. Ooh, that's new. No, but yeah, so I try to be cordial and reasonable. But a lot of these people just throw cordiality and reasonability out of the window and just stick to their opinions. And they get mad when you argue with them or prove them wrong or call them out. And it's so satisfying. It's like, sorry, but you're wrong. Or the way you think is wrong. Because it's a bad way of going about that. Look at all the little windows on the side of these ships. I'm guessing those are 105s on the sides. Those batteries, the double cannon batteries right there, are 88s. Ooh, here we go. Fire! 19-second on the reload. That's decent. We got ships directly to our side. We won't be able to hit them. That's okay. Stop peppering me! I think this guy is stuck, or he's probably waiting for me to come out. Hard to starboard. There's so many of them. I want to sneak up on this guy. Get him! The battleship wants to hit me. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die, but it'll be worth it. Both. Oh, that's gonna kill me. Oh, never mind. Fire! And I wish this thing had a hull heal. Oi, maneuver! Ouch! Womp womp. Scharnhorst. Nice. No, it doesn't heal. Only some ships can heal. So this battleships can heal, and only some select few ships with special perks can heal. So this guy's in a battleship, and that little gray out health bar is his little extra health. So if he uses his repair team, which is the hull heal, he'll get that health back unless he takes more damage. Nice. Ooh, they got the battleship. That's cool. They're in the west here. Oh, this is gonna be salty. Look, it's Charlie. I'll try it with the Baron. Xbox increasing their prices. I find it personally ridiculous. I also personally find it that it's ridiculous that all these companies are raising up their prices overall. Like, the price of video games is getting ridiculous. Like, that new Borderlands game looks pretty cool. But I ain't buying it. Battlefield 6 looks awesome. I ain't gonna touch it. Yeah. Honestly, I think it's completely unjustified for them to raise their prices. Like, I'm not going to get into the whole politics of things, because that stuff is ridiculous in and of itself, but the whole thing with the tariffs and stuff only pretty much excuses the use of foreign, like, you know, production. Physical items. If they were raising the prices of the Xbox, where they would have been more, like, justified. They would have more validity in that department. But this is digital stuff we're talking about here that they're raising the prices of. And it's all because of Nintendo. Nintendo is one of the industrial leads of the gaming world, of the gaming industry. They raised their prices, and everyone still bought it. They still bought the overpriced games, and they still bought the overpriced consoles. The consoles are a little bit more valid though. Let's be fair. But yeah, now Xbox and all other games are following suit. And one thing I will say about Borderlands is I refuse to buy that game out of principle. The game looks fun, but there are things I don't like about it. But the principles that I'm not buying it for is because, one, they raised the prices, which it didn't need to be raised. It's like, oh, well, it's accounting inflation. Yeah, but you're making these games more expensive without actually improving the value. So you want to take account for inflation? Okay, then make your games better. It's like, stop giving us mediocre crap. Like, yeah, I'm very critical, so I could have very obtuse or, like, not so kindly put opinions on these kinds of things, but yeah, pirating is, and always has been, morally correct when it came to companies like these. Adobe, Microsoft, or whatever. I'm not advocating for it, because, you know, that's illegal. But I'm saying it's justified. That is legal too. Saying that it's justified that these companies expect people to continue to pay more for less is unacceptable, and it's terrible. Because Borderlands 6, or 4, I mean, Borderlands 4, or whatever number it is, it's ridiculous. Oh, hang on. Fire! Main batteries go! Reload rate on these batteries are not that bad. No, but yeah, so it's ridiculous that we're even at this point in the first place. Because these companies, like with Nintendo, will raise their prices and people will just still buy. They buy out of principle even. Like, I have friends who bought who bought Switch 2s and also bought the new games for the Switch 2s. They weren't happy about the prices, and they agree that they agreed with me that it's unacceptable. But yet they still bought those games out of principle because they're Nintendo fans. Now, I'm not going to criticize them for being Nintendo fans and whatnot, but I will point out the fact that you can't complain about games being expensive nowadays if you paid into the problem. That's why I'm not buying the new Borderlands game, because 1, Randy Pitchford. 2, it's Rockstar. I mean, not Rockstar, it's Gearbox. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oof. Their torpedoes really hurt. I don't have torps on this thing. Fire! But yeah. Oh, come on now. None of those connected. No, but yeah, so it's ridiculous. Like what Randy Pitchford has been going on about with the new Borderlands, saying it's a premium game for premium gamers. You're only real Borderlands fans will still pay for the game even if it's more expensive. Like, no, you are the problem with the industry, and people shouldn't buy your game out of that principle alone. Because no, like, and that's a point that that's a hill I will die on, and that is, it is unacceptable for these games to be charged the amount they're being charged, because they're still mediocre content. If they charge $80-something, you better get a really darn good game out of it. And I mean really good game. Like $80 you could buy a whole lot with $80. Heck, the premium stuff, because these are bundles or what's it called? Tiers or something. Like the gold editions and what can go up to like the hundreds of dollars. All right. You better get some really darn good shit out of those if you're going to spend $100-something out of it. But no. And another thing about the new Borderlands game is that it was terrible performance out of the box on release date. And that is not an industry standard. And nor is it an acceptable industry standard. You're charging $80 games for a game that is barely working on people with high-end devices, no less. There we go, we got him. So, like, no. It's unjustified that these companies are raising the prices because the products they're still pushing out are still mediocre. Yep. They take more and they make more chances and whatnot. And, you know, here's the thing. Someone made the argument of, well, it's to support the devs and this and that, to pay for these and things and whatever. You know, you would be right. But at the same time, a lot of these things, when these companies reach a financial success, they suddenly happen to have a large layoff of employees. Huh. Meanwhile, the CEOs and executive officers of these companies see major price increases in their paychecks. Huh. So, is the money that they're making from these games really for the lower people, like the developers, the voice actors, and everyone on the ground floor, sort of say, of the process? No, it's not. Because it's all going to the pockets of these top people, and it's always the top people, the CEOs, and high executive officers and dev leads and whatnot, who come out and justify these things and explain and whatnot. Even though they're the ones who are being paid, while they're the ones who are firing the lower guys. So it's like, no. Mm-mm. The industry is fundamentally flawed. And it is not in the best interest of the developers nor the consumers. Yeah. Oh my goodness! That was a good shot. I'm really happy about that. He had half health and I took it all away. And like, Wargaming is no saint, but compared to War Thunder, They give me free goodies. So yeah, I will buy stuff from them and I will play their game. War Thunder needs to earn it. And that's the thing. That's the thing that I will point out. These companies aren't earning the money that they're charging. How is it acceptable? Okay, here. How is it acceptable for you to spend $80 US dollars? We're not even taking account of the conversions of other countries' currencies. Why is it acceptable for them to charge $80 when they're not even earning it? Because Borderlands did not work at all. Because it was horribly optimized on release. And Borderlands is a game that is cel-shaded with a cartoony art style. What is going on in their engine to require so much demanding effort from your system? That doesn't make sense. Like, you could get away with so much quality, and I'm not a professional, but when you have that kind of quality, that style, you don't need a 40 series graphics card, the latest graphics card or whatever. You don't need the highest end quality of computer hardware to run that kind of game. And there's hundreds of indie examples out there. Ooh, there we go. That basically prove my point. But for some reason, Borderlands is the exception. They want maximum quality or whatever. I don't know what they're doing. If with games that this continue, you know what? This is a direction that I've been seeing continue on without any sort of deviation. And I will tell you this: this isn't like, I'm not saying mark my words or this is going to happen because it's going to be true. Like, this is my opinion based off of my observations with the gaming industry as a whole. It is going to collapse. It is going to collapse and implode on itself because they will not stop with their exponential growth. They continue to expand their endeavors. There's nothing wrong with that. But they keep charging more without providing anything worth the amount that they're charging. Like Nintendo, okay, here. They're saying they need to charge more for their games because they need it because of the tariffs. Okay, what are you spending all your money on? You guys are multi-billion-dollar companies who have all these IPs that you make money off of. Where is all your money? Where is it all going? Why do you need multi-million-dollar budgets for your games? I understand your AAA, but you can make a game with what you have with $1 million or under $1 million and sell well, like Lethal Company. What's it called? It's that drug game that came out that everyone loves. Jump Ship is doing really well. Power World. These games didn't cost multi-million dollars to make, nor decades of development time to make. Yeah, I understand that these are high-budget games, but where's the money? Where is it going? You're charging how much money now? And you're still saying you need to raise the prices to keep up with the times? Maybe if you stop paying your top brass several $million a paycheck and stop wasting all your money on exorbitantly priced and high budget games that end up flopping or underperforming, maybe you would actually see some, Schedule 1, that's it, yeah. If they budgeted their games, they wouldn't need to raise their prices. Like, that is one of their fundamental flaws with this industry. The AAA industry is fundamentally flawed because, high budget movies. They put all this money into this movie just for it to flop. They spent millions, if not multiple millions of dollars on this, Elio. I don't know how successful this movie is or whatever, but all I know is that a lot of people are not liking it. And here, you know what? A better example. Snow White, the new Snow White. Whether you like it or not, it flopped. And they spent how much money on that movie just for it to flop? And they're doing the same, it's the same practices being executed. Like, it's the same poor practices with the film industry being translated into the gaming industry, where they over budget these games just for them to underperform or perform just enough to where they're making enough money to fund the next project. It's just their way of saying, I want your money and I'll give you nothing. Exactly. That is hitting the nail with the hammer on the head. That is how you not say it, but it is the perfect way to put it. They give you nothing and expect everything. And they don't take criticism. They don't accept criticism. They will snuff criticism out and ignore it entirely. And what are you to do? Well, don't buy their games. Like me, I personally refuse out of principle to buy any of these new fancy games unless it really wows me and I'm like, yes, I will play it. But I haven't had a game like that in forever. Exactly. And this is a point I had to argue to someone about, because they were trying to justify the reason why these companies are raising their prices. And yes, they were making valid reasons, but just because it's more money doesn't mean it makes the game better. It makes things more complicated. It bloats the game, and it bloats the development process, and it hinders the game in and of itself. It's bad. And that's where the term over budgeted is the thing. And yeah, it's horrible. That's what I think about the Xbox raising their prices. I'm guessing you were talking about the Xbox Game Pass, and that is unacceptable. It's supposed to be the cheap, pay monthly, month by month or whatever. You know what? It's on par with these streaming services raising their prices, but yet still shoving ads in your face. Make that make sense. You pay all this money for a streaming service to watch their stuff. To watch, let's say Netflix. Well, not Netflix. They don't show ads. But, let's say Hulu. You're going to watch that Rick and Morty episode that came out or whatever. And it's on Hulu. Or the new King of the Hill or whatever. Or whatever shows that you like on Hulu. We're using Hulu for example. You pay this money month by month for their service. And they still give you ads. Like this, yeah. It's funny. I'm gonna do Scharnhorst. Scharnhorst is fun. But yeah, one day people will wake up and smell the roses and realize that they've been sold crap and been sold a lie, and that they'll realize that they don't have to buy into it anymore. One of the things with Pokemon, one of the reasons why Power World did so well is because Power World was capitalizing on an area of Pokemon that was being neglected by Nintendo or the Pokemon Company or whatever. Pokemon International, I can't remember the company, but essentially, people for years have been waiting for a Pokemon game of that kind of type, but Nintendo never delivered on that kind of game, and people have been very underwhelmed with the Pokemon releases. But then Power World comes out; it's giving them everything that they probably were waiting for, and the game sold phenomenally. But because of that, now the game is being sued into the ground by Nintendo because, well, not Nintendo, by Nintendo International. I'm just going old, but yeah, old and gold games. There's a reason why, remasters and remakes that were done right. There's a reason why they sell well. It's because back then, before this became too overly corporatized and corrupted, They actually cared about delivering a decent game. So, the past is outdoing the future, and it's hilarious. Indie games, old games, it goes to show when you treat your customers right and you deliver what they want, or not even what they want, if you deliver a good product that you know they'll like, you don't have to expect a miracle to do well. Okay, we gotta get, the enemies are gonna come on this side. But yeah. Oh no, they're over there. I forgot, this is a different mission. And they're coming in at an angle, so it's going to be difficult to get those funny shots on them. Whoa, someone got a nice hit on them. Please, hit him, hit him, hit him. Gimme, gimme, yes! Mine! The funny thing with this game is kills don't really count all that much. Like, they have a lot of points. Well, they give a pretty nice amount of points, but it's all about farming the damage. So if you land a killing shot on the guy and it doesn't kill them, but you basically took all their health away, like what that guy did, if someone comes in and takes the kill, it's not really all that much because the majority of the points went to your pocket. And that's nice about this game. If you put the work in, you get rewarded. I'm looking at War Thunder with like, see War Thunder? See? But yeah, I'm a consumer rights person or whatever. I care about consumer rights and people's rights. Like, as long as these companies aren't screwing their customers over and they're actually treating them decently, then yeah, that's fine. That was a really good shot. Like, they had full health and then suddenly no health. I don't know what ship did that. I'm gonna guess this guy. Open fire on that destroyer. Open fire on those laser cannons. Targeting the turbo lasers. I need more water. I ran out of water. Oh, I have a little bit. The Sharn horse is super funny. It gets funny secondaries that melt things. No, but yeah. So even though, and this is what I say when it comes to like industry, with the gaming industry or just anything in general, it's shitty now, but it's not going to stay shitty forever. I mean, sticking it through is easier said than done, but I mean, gotta wait and see how things turn out. I'm currently waiting and anticipating the eventual collapse of some of these companies. Bungie, for example, they're slowly collapsing. It's not working out well for Bungie, and it's because they abandoned the principles that made them Bungie. And it's because the people who made Bungie left the company. Because that was a long time ago. And the only people from original Bungie that stayed behind was the corporate guys from Microsoft. Oh, please don't hit me. Oi. Fire! Yeah, the problem with the Sharn horse is that they stuck these guns aren't really that high caliber. As in, the Germans, when they built the Sharn horse, they utilized cruiser cannons. So it has cannons of a cruiser. And, I mean, the Sharn horse is a battle cruiser. So it's like the in-between of a cruiser and a battleship. And the guns aren't really that big of a caliber that you would normally see on a battleship. So even though it doesn't have the hard-hitty powerness of the battleships, it has the benefit of having a higher fire rate. Except That fire rate doesn't really feel great when your shots don't really do much against the targets you're trying to hit. But you stick it through. Yeah. Like, yeah, they made the game free to play, but what? They charge almost full price, like full game price for the DLCs. Like 80 to like 30 to 60 to even 80 some dollars for a game, like for a DLC. Oh. Get him. Shoot them down. Maybe the reason why my shots aren't doing much is because I'm hitting the armor belt. Which I should probably aim for the little bit behind the belt. Maneuver. Or the Turpitz was a good battleship to get. But yeah, like, I play Destiny 2 and it's just... It's mediocre in my opinion. It's fun, but... Ow. The game is fun, but it feels super mediocre. And honestly, and that's the thing, I don't mind mediocre games. But... mediocrity should be matched by its price. And the game is free, but the DLCs should be costing $30 to $60 for a single DLC. We did it. We have to wait for this ship to repair. It's funny how this ship has an angled exhaust port. Alright, what ship is this? It's a Alcis. Ships are gonna be coming on the port side. Stickers? I don't know. There's badges, like your little character badges, but they come with like preset images that you can mix and match. Here, I'll show you after this match. Like with these guns, I could punish destroyers if I get good hits. Full speed. Of course. But of course. Oh, I got a hit, but it's overpen. "5 seconds to target fire. Secondaries open fire." Oh. So, the thing with destroyers is they don't, well, they could be very dangerous up close when they're landing hits on you, but that's what makes them dangerous. It's the torpedoes that they fire. Moof. Switch to HE. Set them on fire. Fire! Oh no. I didn't land any hits. Well, he dead. That's what you call turbo dead. Look at those guns, the nice triple stack guns. I'm gonna go brawl. Full speed ahead. "40 seconds on the fighter." We're not gonna make it, but we're going to try and do as much damage as we can. Hit him. My goal is to try and like distract these guys so that the main ship can get I'm going down, but I'm not out. Ooh, they snuck him in. Get him, lads! What other games I play? I play all sorts. I've been playing a lot of Volcanoids lately. Because I work a full-time job, so I get off, like, I have like 3 days off, and it's on the weekends. I've actually was playing Helldivers last night. Who's going to take a lot of damage? I was playing with my brother and his friend. It was very funny.
Hey, baby.
I really like that the new war bonds they were doing. Are these bots? Yes, they're bots. But the bots are doing their job, and that is they're absorbing the torpedoes. Except for that guy. He was not a bot. One of my most favorite loadouts for solo play, for the lower difficulty missions, like medium or challenging, is the grenade launcher, the Liberator Guard Dog, and your choice of the attack stratagems. I prefer 500 kg bomb and Gatling barrage, because it covers your bases. You got the Liberator Guard Dog to help you out with the bugs around you. It has high damage, medium armor pen, and then the grenade launcher to help deal with groups of enemies and bug holes. But if you're on the higher difficulties, like let's say challenging or high risk, you can switch out the grenade launcher with a quasar cannon, and it basically deals with your tank problem, like the Chargers and Bile Titans. While you got the 500 kg bomb for just general purpose, big blast destruction. You're so cute. Here, let me peruse my Steam library really quick. I'm gonna Alt-Tab. You won't see anything, but I'm Alt-Tabbed, and I'll look through some games. I've been playing a lot of Space Marines. That's a fun game. I need to get around to playing Stalker 2 again. They've been updating that game, and it's been a while. It's been almost like a year now since I last played. Monster Hunters. I haven't played that game in a while. Elden Ring will be the first ones you play. Oh, yeah. Elden Ring's a pretty good game from what I was told. I played it a little bit. It's pretty cool, though. I play it the bad way, as in I just run around with cheats, and I just explore the world, and that's about it. Because I need to set a place and time for me to like actually sit down and play the game properly. But I'm too preoccupied with other games to play it right. So I just play around, like just run around and explore the world. It's a beautiful, well-crafted world. Alright, I'll play a submarine and then I'll switch to a different game. What game? I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. I want to play the submarine. Yeah, this one. Wait. Leave queue. I got 3 points I could use. Let's see. Preparation reload time -1. Velocity less than 30%. If it shows maximum dive capacity remains. Plus 25%. Oh, wiki. What's this one? For an undetected submarine, displays an indicator showing that the submarine is currently within the action range of activated enemy hydros. Okay, surveillance radar or submarine surveillance consumables. Okay, so it basically lets you know when you'll be detected or not. Number of ship consumables +1. Yes. Oh. Oh, okay. I was like, where is it? Oh, there it is. Here, I have to step away for a quick second and gotta let the dog out. You wanna go outside? Oh, yeah? Okay. I have returned. Oh, the chair creaks. Alright, let's go. Here, actually, before I jump in a game, I need to look at this consumable. Highlights the positions of ships and submarines on the surface or at periscope depth that are beyond spotting range. 6 kilometers. Reveals ship's position 6 seconds. Oh. I don't understand what it do. Alright. Well, you have a good one if you have to depart. I hope you enjoyed watching the streams, and thank you for listening to my critical ramblings. Yep, you too. I hope you have a good evening, because you say it's late. So, you have a good one. And actually, I'm probably going to end the stream here for now. So, hope you guys enjoyed the streams, and I'll see you again next time. So, farewell.